position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
Now a 2nd and 2. Going in motion left, that's Campbell. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Saints had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. It gets this complete to Shaheed. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Carr to throw again. He almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. Yeah, he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
2nd and 10. Toss wide side. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Again, it's Kamara. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. First
Yeah, here I come.
inside the 30. Carr now to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Raise the weight a little bit. Huh? I can't hear you.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. The play over before it really got started thanks to Pete Werner. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Throwing Jones. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. Isaiah Simmons, boy, he can move all over the field, and he gets a tackle for loss there. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Carr now on 1st down. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. To throw his Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Giants will take over at their own 14-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Jones looking to change the play. They go play action here on 1st down. And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. Down the left sideline. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Paris Campbell, 37 yards. And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
I can just give him a heads up.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
My sister said she wanted to watch.
On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed.
She can take her get you a break.
A nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
I'm just letting you know my sister got 2 kids. So she can like, she knows what to do.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
6:37.
Throwing now is Carr. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Cadence, lock in the cadence, lock in the cadence.
Barkley inside handoff. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Paris Campbell, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants take a 3-touchdown lead.
What? Medicine? That ain't came yet?
York now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
So when did they start TV? Like 6 months, 7 months? Bro, she's just spoiled, bro. She's doing somebody walk around with her.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Man, I'll just keep feeding her, bro. Like, yeah, give us some more. Well, I'm playing the game. I'll get done. How you mean I get done?
You'll play the game.
The Saints
I'm almost
offense
finished.
on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Bro, I'll let her cry, bro. I already told you. Like, it don't bother me, bro.
3 scores, and nowhere in the first. And now here's another interception.
I mean, like, you changed her diaper. Just feel it.
But she wasn't finished with any bottle.
The stomach part of it.
I'm saying she's yellow bottle. She's been finished with all day.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now a give running left is Breida, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Justin Pugh, the left guard that time with a flag. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Looking to throw. Jones. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. A good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Cade York on now for the field goal from the left hash. This from 46. York able to send this one through, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say we should have done better there.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
32-yard line.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
93.
To throw, it's Carr. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Express.
Now Carr. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because There is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. York able to send this one through, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Just text it for me. Text my sister for me and tell me. Remember?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
I was going to text
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that's going to be incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback.
Okay, here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it. That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. The partner still in the 3rd quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, You don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
South salad, South salad, South salad, South. Great, 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 great.
Here's Jones on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And he's taken down here by the Saints. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material. Looking to throw. Jones. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now Jones wants to change it up. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Hyatt there to grab it. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
An audible here to get a new look. Jones going to keep it on the draw. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Daniel Jones from 17 yards out. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
What a call there on the quarterback draw. You want to spread the field and just tell your QB, hey, find a lane and go. And he's able to get the defense in a vulnerable spot and then take it into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. On 1st down, Carr. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the third quarter, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third.
Do I send a little attitude problem?
Yeah, you sent a wet nigga who's had him for years. Attitude problem. That's probably what you sent him. Well, so, how long have you two been married?
We're not married.
You've been looking all over Brooklyn for this guy. You thought you didn't marry him? You've been looking for me? All over Brooklyn? Let me check the meter. How long have you done this thing? 4250? You spent 4250 looking for me?
Is that what meter says?
Oh, I get that. I know what you mean. Yeah, you think I'm a pay fancy. Yo, I'm broke. But my money go find a little Nubian midget and took my shit.
That's not what I mean to you.
Well, what do you mean?
I need you to stop drinking.
I strongly suggest that you learn how to appreciate a girl like me.
I hope you can forgive me.
And they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
Says you're gonna come get
The
him.
Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, why shift, Matt? Outside.
Throwing Jones. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Carr. And now here is another interception. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the third. Now a play fake here on first down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Bama, Bama, Bama.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll look downfield for Waller. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
He ain't got this way.
Back to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
7:34.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Carr. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past across the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
That's good for a Saints. First and 10.
Carr to throw again. Gets this complete to Shaheed.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
694.
Here's Carr to throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 44 yards. And the Saints are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. The point after, good by Groupie. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback.
Okay, here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Here now, 2nd and 4. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defense in front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They'll run it again with Barkley. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw caught by Hyatt on the slant. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Ball on the 27. Here's a second down and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Okay, here we go. Piggy, 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 piggy. Rita. Out the go. Timberland. Out the go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Apple. Detroit Johnson. Out the go.
Back to throw. Jones going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Go, Gunner, go. Cockroach. Don Capers. Up, go.
Looking to throw. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. The York on now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
41, Saints 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Down.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So a victory